We're gonna open up with this video, The Gathering of the Hobos, the new Andrew Callaghan video, in my opinion, the best journalist in the world right now.
Good morning, Iowa. It's great to be back here.
This video is called The Gathering of the Hobos, also called Twitch chat. Got him!
In the heart of America's cornfields, I'm here right now to cover a major event, the 123rd Annual National Hobo Convention, aka Hobo Days, where hundreds of hobos from around the country gather to...
Did they just salute? This could only happen in America, right? I mean, look at this is we're 5 seconds in and you feel like you're in a GTA game, right?
Talk about all things hobo related. How long do you see yourself doing this for?
Till I die. I am the captain of a sinking ship.
When I first started out in 1970, we could build fires right in the
started out
railroad.
We're seeing a lot more influx of young riders.
The kids today use a lot of drugs. They drink a lot.
Traveling kids live.
You know, I have this weird thing in my head that unfortunately I can't make real. I'm very interested in life. I like life, and I always feel if I was immortal, if I had infinite lifespan, I would always like to make every experience. I would like to be a hobo for 1 year. I don't have time for that. I have like what 50 years left on this planet, man. I'm not gonna waste that year. But if I was immortal, I would want to be a hobo 1 year to just feel it out. I think it humbles you pretty hard, man.
Like in dog years also.
Like, I think you meet the best people out there, but then you also meet the worst. People try to buy my girlfriend off me all the time, and I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah.
They've sort of invented
The question is, what is the best country to be a hobo in? That's a great question.
their own culture.
Expanging,
Probably
busking,
something in
flying
Europe?
signs.
Probably
Those
something
are all
warm,
like
huh?
ways we consider making money. Expanging's just like spare changing, you know? Flying signs like holding
Denmark?
cardboard. Busking's playing music. And crack Spange is just straight up asking for like what you want, like, hey, buy me a burger or something. Yeah.
Most people see train tracks and think, get off there, you might get hit by a train.
That
But
movie
there's
was
also people in this
crazy.
world who see train tracks and think to themselves,
Hobo is
that is
homeless.
what fucking freedom looks like.
The freedom, I guess. I'm not a slave to the system.
They get up and go when they want to. They work when they want to. They rest when they want to. They travel to all these great places all over the United States.
Those people are called hobos.
It derives from the hoboy. Way back in the day, they used to have a hole in their shoulder with a knapsack. And they dug ditches. They used to be called hoboys. To where it's at modern day, we're still hoboys. We're just heading out with better opportunity.
Straight up, man, I swear to fucking God. Wait, I can't. I'm a boomer.
Traveling. A hole in their shoulder
I just want to
with
make a point real
knapsack,
quick.
And they dug ditches.
And I
they used
swear to
be
God-
called hoboys. To where it's at modern day, we're still hoboys. We're just...
I live on a marketplace, right? A German marketplace, and straight up, these people are there every day. This is people I see every single day, just like this. Straight up.
heading out with better opportunity, traveling workers.
I know that many people out there think that hobo is just a slur used to describe a homeless person. Not the case. A hobo hops on a train to look for work, day jobs, a handyman with a stick and bindle and a heart full of adventure.
Yeah, I do a lot of seasonal work. Like, I'm about to do beats, spent a lot of time out west doing the pot farms.
Tree work,
Oh,
sawman,
shit.
rope man, disaster area stuff.
Landscaping, painting, carpentry, most dirty jobs that people don't want to do. I will clean up gutters.
There's several different ways to survive.
Someone bought my fingernails and toenail clippings once for 20 bucks.
Where was that at?
It's in California. A lot of fucking weirdos out there. Yeah.
What do you think he did with that? Is it some Italian thing? Some voodoo shit? What the fuck? Next 10 gifted, I will send you my toenails.
As you know, I'm something of a road man myself, so I have a major affinity for hobos.
And so, like many times before, I decided not to.
I always like people like him because I feel so far away from that. Like someone that just travels the world, always traveling, always never having a real home, always meeting people. I could never be like that. I respect that. How sad does Starbucks look, man? That looks so dystopian, 1984. That is the saddest Starbucks I've ever seen. It's a black concrete capitalist block. No green, nothing beautiful. That's a real store with a drive-in. That is fucking sad, bro. What the fuck? Hey, so we're gonna open a Starbucks. What are we gonna make it look like? It should be really inviting. Let's make a black block like Hitler designed it.
Drive to Iowa,
fuck?
but instead to hit the side of the interstate ramp in the hopes of hitching a lift. Now, it should be noted that hobos traditionally hop freight trains as opposed to hitchhike, but I've done both, and I prefer hitchhiking purely for social reasons.
wow.
Train hopping, while offering a much
I think
higher
though it's
degree of
probably
picturesque-
hitchhiking is probably nice for men. If you're a woman, you're probably gonna get fucked up very quick. You ever run a Starbucks? I was in a Starbucks once or twice, but I hate Starbucks. I don't get it. I think the bread and donuts are super stale. I think the coffee is terrible, terrible, terrible coffee, man. It feels like it's just a market, like, oh, I'm going to Starbucks, I'm young and hip. I felt the coffee is terrible. A lot of bitterness in the coffee. I don't fucking... Bah. And I was, years ago, we went for the pumpkin spice latte, which is the big meme. And it was just fucking, it tasted like chemicals. It tasted so fucking terrible, man. That's why I'm very organic, man. Just make your own coffee, man. Get a nice organic coffee and don't go to this shitty Starbucks place. Maybe people just go there because they have free Wi-Fi.
Landscape viewing compared to the oppressively commercialized atmosphere of interstate truck stop towns.
Wow, dude, we're living it straight up in fucking dystopia. That's a food place. White Castle Burgers. And again, a black block. Purely, I don't want to be a lefty rainbow guy, but what is with all these Nazi black blocks, man? Even if it's an office, man. Come on. Come on.
Truck stop towns can be isolating. For one, the train is really loud when it's moving, so it's hard to hold conversations.
Take them out of here.
And then, most people that you meet hiding out at rail yards are either other train hoppers, railroad employees trying to arrest you, or tweakers trying to kill you. With hitchhiking, you see a broader spectrum of humanity. You never know who's going to pick you up off the side of the road, or who you might meet in the nondescript grassy area behind the side of the road.
Well, I'm 37. I live here in Brownsburg.
But you look like 45.
I got 3 kids, and man, I hate to say this, man, but I sold drugs, and that's the way I had to survive.
After a brief yet familiar conversation,
every single video is just GTA. We're inside GTA in real life.
I was off to Iowa, over 700 miles away from where my journey began in Twinsburg, Ohio, a small, quirky town that hosts the annual Twins Gathering, which I attended with the Hoff twins. Here's a preview of that.
You guys fuck with the police?
Yes, my professors are former police officers. I just took a shooting course this time.
Day one. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, they were bad. They ain't never even been in a fight before. No. You know, it's like, you gotta fight for our love.
Twins. We've all seen them.
Millions of sperm are released during a single ejaculation.
What we enjoy coming here for is meeting other twins and talking to other twins. People don't understand there is a close bond. We live together, we think alike, and we...
It's a fucking clone show. What the fuck? There's just clones walking around.
Oftentimes we'll go and say the same statement in unison.
I would say it's just the equivalent of having like a really good friend that you do everything with. And that's why they say like the twin...
I could never imagine a second Tommy like sitting here. Damn, that'd be so weird. I think we'll be very competitive with each other. But wow, that would be weird. It's like a glitch in the Matrix? Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Telepathy.
What are you watching? I don't know, man. It's so... I don't fucking know. It's just smoke some weed and enjoy the stream.
Stuff. It's nothing like psychic. It's just...
If you'd like to watch the full thing, it's currently available on Patreon at
www.patreon.com/channel5.
Link in bio. Anyways, back to the side of the road.
It'd be funny, man, to have like a TommyKay twin, and he's just like a normal guy. He has a wife and kids. He has an office job, and he's just super normal. And every time we meet, I'm like, this guy, I stream. And he's like, okay, Tommy. Okay, would you like some wine, Tommy? No, Tommy, you... I didn't say it.
Let's get one more scoop of bean dip, and we'll hit the road. See what we can get into today.
Within 2 minutes, I was picked up by a friendly motorist. Booyah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, he's alone?
Cool. What's up, bro? How you doing?
I feel like I would never pick up hitchhikers. I would generally be too German. I would be too scared. I think I couldn't do it. Also, I want to be like alone in my car, listen to my own music. I think I couldn't do it.
Good. I'm just trying to get out west to Iowa.
The man said he was an immigrant from Nigeria who'd recently gotten his citizenship. He said that despite there being too much gay stuff on TV, he likes the US so far and is looking forward to starting a family here.
Too much gay stuff on TV.
They're trying to have the gay rights and just don't bring that bullshit out.
That's the problem. You know what this feels like for us Europeans? Man, I don't hitchhike, right? But everyone in chat knows taxi drivers. It's late at night and you're in a club and you go in with a taxi driver. Taxi driver, bring me home. I hate these immigrants. Don't you hate them too? We gotta kill them all. And you just want to go home. You're like, okay, man, sure. Like, can you just drive me home, man?
After taking me to a restaurant in Indianapolis, he drove me all the way to my destination without accepting $1. And there I was, Britt, Iowa, the Paris of the cornfields.
So yeah, here we are. I'm pretty stoked. Directly behind these trees, there's about 350 hobos hanging out, talking about hobo shit. So we're gonna go in there, figure out what's going on.
It's like a side mission in GTA.
Upon my first arrival to town, it was hard to spot any real hobos as I walked down Main Street. As is typical with any kitschy regional Americana event, there were people wearing tongue-in-cheek hobo outfits, eating corn dogs and crazy t-shirts, and giving money to buskers performing Woody Guthrie covers. But then I saw the Hobo Museum in the middle of town, where, after paying a small entrance fee, I was able to feast my eyes on artifacts from back in the 1930s and learn about things like the Hobo Code, a hieroglyphic language of symbols that apparently hobos would use to scrawl important messages in train stop towns, particularly in the West, to convey important information to other working travelers like Fishbones, Bozo Texino, or the legendary hobo dog duo Stretch and Burlington. Of course, by the time the Hobo Code was cracked by academics and put into museums like this, it was virtually obsolete.
Easy
For some
mark,
brief
sucker.
history, the hobo way of life began to form shortly after the Great Depression, when down-and-out fellas from across the country would head west in search of prosperity and adventure. Soon it became a culture and a way of life, for returning veterans as well.
After World War II and after Korea, there were a whole lot of military veterans who had PTSD and whatnot, and they just couldn't face going back to regular society. So they went on the rails.
They didn't have money to travel, and a lot of them didn't have jobs, so they traveled to work in apple orchards and fruit plantations and stuff like that.
What was it like being on the road in the 70s?
Much different than now. A whole lot of difference. So when I first started out in 1970, we could build fires right in the rail yard. Nobody cared what we did, really. As long as we didn't get hurt, we didn't steal anything, we didn't break nothing, nobody cared. The bull would come around, and they were usually like retired cops, and they were really just didn't want to fill out any paperwork. And they would come around and sort of, they weren't really bullies, but they would act sort of aggressive to establish their authority. And it'd be like, all right, I don't want to see any of you guys around when they're kicking cars, you better be out of my yard.
Do you have a hobo name?
K-Bar. Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps, so I broke in with an old guy named Roof. He was an old guy. He started catching out in 1960, so he'd been on the rails about 10 years when I met him.
Yeah.
And almost all these old guys have a similar story where they met up with some other old guy who was a tramp who sort of taught them the ropes. The young kids today, not so much. They don't pair up with old guys, but back in the day, that was kind of the way it was. Almost all the adult men in 1970 were veterans of World War II or Korea. They were almost all alcoholics. Many of them had a tragic personal story, but they were...
So it's kind of crazy how much impact on a society a war has, right? A war might just be 1 year, but you have 20 years of trauma in your society, man.
Almost never talked about it. They were divorced and estranged from their children and stuff like that, but they never really talked about it.
So comparatively, is that pretty different to the people who hop trains now?
Completely different than what's going on today.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This sort of Trump headless, shaping the story to fit their own narratives, which let the media tell you what to think. All right, back to Iowa.
It goes without saying that modernization, stranger danger, the arrival of more intense drugs, and the criminalization of vagrancy were all factors that led to a major decline in hoboship. But the buzz around town was that vagabond travel culture was having a huge resurgence, and apparently a new generation of hobos was forming.
We're seeing a lot more influx of young riders, which I think is absolutely fabulous. Some of the young riders that are a little rambunctious, and they just need to fine-tune themselves to learn how to do the right things.
They've sort of invented their own culture. And it revolves around the idea that they're anarchists. A lot of them go around marking up anarchy symbols.
This optimism was refreshing, to say the least. The Vice documentary made about this event 9 years ago, which I watched in the car on the way, was literally called Death of the American Hobo, painting a grim picture of a subculture in hopeless decline. As I made my way through town, seemingly out of nowhere behind the city-sponsored mummified hubbub, I could make out the faint aroma of a trash fire and followed it like a signal flare, certain there were real young hobos lurking in the shadows. And sure enough, I found some.
Paparazzi! I swear, this is the kind of people I grew up around. I swear to God, man. In my neighborhood, and my dad's friends, they were all like this.
Yes! Whoop, whoop. Are you a juggalo? Yes, juggalo hobo. Whoop, whoop. I love it.
But the thing about American hobos is, compared to German hobos go like, fucking government, we need Hitler back. And American hobos are like, is this a mic? Can I rap in it? Can I do some rapping? It's the main difference, I think.
I've been on it for 3 years. Shit, you don't give a fuck. I'll tie a string to my nuts and jump out a 12-story window. Don't give a shit.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, what does the life of a hobo look like?
Well, it's not like it used to be. Bro, we could jump on a train anywhere and run to New York, California, whatever. But they also used to split off. If you're planning to go to New York, it might split off and fucking end up in
you know, New Jersey or fucking Florida, whatever. Yeah. It was crazy. But now it's illegal. You know, they want to throw you off and throw you in jail for 30 days for trespassing.
What's your craziest, like, train hopping story?
I was in Boston, Massachusetts, redhead, bombing. We're getting our thing, long story short, before she wants to get off or whatever, she was like, shit on my chest. I'm like, man, I'm already tripping on shrooms. You're fucking with me. No.
She said what?
She said shit on my chest. Shit. Yeah, okay, so...
Why does every American have a weird story like that? Every time I watch Kill Tony, they always ask, what's your crazy story? Someone shit on my chest. Seems to be a very normal thing in America that people shit on your chest.
I'm a juggalo. I don't give a fuck. I tried it. I popped a little pooplet on her shit. Rub it in, and she's like, oh, that gets me off. Dude, I had to ditch on that bitch. That's crazy shit.
You know where she is
He's
now?
not crazy enough for that.
No, I got kids in like Beijing, China and shit, man.
You have kids in China?
Yep. Yeah, I got a scroll in the fucking mail.
Just like that,
Thank you,
we
Ismash.
were in. I had so many questions.
I got a scroll in the mail?
Who were all these young hobos flooding into town? They seemed all so different, yet shared a unified, free spirit. Was there some kind of central idea or attitude that brought them all here?
My name is Thomas Pickles. Tommy
I
S.
got a
Pickles.
scroll in the mail.
Kind of like Hunter S. Thompson. You know, because I really like the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas movie, so I used references of that.
I never got that
sometimes.
movie.
My
That
old
movie
tag is
was insane.
Rango. I used to tag Rango because I'm like next level, like Lizard of Light. My newest one is Smoke and Go.
It feels like this community suffers a lot from mental illness. I feel like no hate, nothing personal, but a lot of these people are traumatized or a bit fucked in the head, and that leads to this
So I
kind of
smoke
life.
and then I go.
Where do you go?
Everywhere.
I'm Bassman, the 2021 Hobo King.
What's going on with this fit, man? It looks great.
Everything, see, I hand stitch myself. So when you ride as many trains as I do, your clothes tear up so fast. I just been keeping up with my own patchwork. There's only one way you gotta keep them patched up.
After meeting the Hobo King, my brain flooded with questions, so I decided to start with the basics.
So what does it mean to be a hobo?
Helping other brothers out. You know, do good and good will come back.
Help our brothers overcome.
A hobo is a working traveler. A tramp is a
I would think, though, we're not going to see many female hobos for certain reasons.
non-working traveler, and then a bum is a non-working non-traveler.
When you're on the road, like, where do you sleep?
Just outside. Like, if it's about to rain, I always carry a tarp, so I just set up a tarp above. Otherwise, I find, like, a little cuddy spot, because my dog just passed this year, but she wasn't, like, the best at having people walk by me when I'm sleeping, so I'd go out of my way to find a little hidden spot.
Outdoors. I like outdoors, so rarely a hotel or anything else like that. Really, really rarely. Usually
You say outdoors, you mean like in a tent or just in the grass?
I'm sharing a tent with somebody right now, but I don't typically travel with a tent. I try to stay where it's 75 and sunny, and I'll go work some places and stuff where you can sleep outside. I'll winter somewhere. I'll head back south and house up somewhere so I can work for a few months and afford to travel and go see friends and go do the jobs and see the places I haven't ever seen before. And
you could argue, though, man. These people see more of the world than most of us.
No, I wait till they do it.
But it's always the big question. You got to ask yourself if it's really for you, right? Like, I'm a guy, I like to just be home all day, right? I don't want to see the world much. But I'm sleeping good at night. I'm fine. I'm cool with that. I think that's what's important. You got to figure out who you are and what you want.
Thing called crew change. When the engineer and conductor gets on and off, I'm getting on and off. When they do their 8-hour shift, I do my 8 to 10 hour shift.
What appeals to you about living this way?
The freedom, I guess, to where I'm not a slave to the system. If I go work and get $1,300 on a paycheck, I might only see $300 of it. It gets me like depressed, become suicidal. I'd rather live out here.
These probably don't get sick much.
And live free than be a slave to the system.
Was there a point in your life?
In Germany, we have the Walds. Yeah. If you don't know, chat, this is actually, I respect these people. Yeah, how do I explain that? In Germany, or maybe all of Europe, I don't know, we have this thing. So, what is this? They're not gay people singing. If you are a young guy that wants to become a master of a handicraft, like a how to say carpentry, it's an old tradition that you have to dress like this and you have to travel around Germany for 1 year without making money. You can only beg and stuff and shit. And they have to travel and they have to go to certain other carpenters and learn from them. And you see them all the time. I see them all the time, hands up. Sometimes they come to restaurants and they do a poem and you give them like €2. But they're nice people. They're very nice people. I saw a statistic, Lisa told me this, Mrs. Feminist, that almost no women go on this because they all get fucking raped and shit. But yeah, that's the thing in Germany. But they're like good people. They're not bad. Probably the only person I would ever like hitchhike with, let them in my car.
If you thought like maybe you wanted to go down the white picket fence like
Looks like the Amish.
Or you just been
but after 1 year, they're totally normal people again. And it's like a culture. Like the old men, they're like, if you don't do this, I will never respect you as an equal.
These people, and so I kind of came into it just backwards. I don't talk a lot about wine.
I'll never forget, me and Lisa were in a Vietnamese restaurant many years ago, right? And first, a Romanian woman comes in and she has like magazines. You want to buy a magazine? Please give money. Nobody gives money, right? There's like, go away, I want to eat. Go away, Romanian girl. And then this overweight German man comes in from Bavaria wearing this stuff, and he's like doing a poem, and nobody understands. Ik aus dem Süden, komm her, und ich muss euch sagen, finanziell ist schwer, ja. And he's just fucking, and everybody loves it. You have like this weird nationalism, like fuck that Romanian woman, and everybody is pulling out €5 bills and giving him money, bro. All the best to you.
On the road, but no, I'd already done college and I was teaching and had a family and enlisted in the army.
These fucking cuts,
of stuff
man.
happened and life got turned upside down and
Medieval Bard
ran away to the beach and I went and became a beach bum for about 3
But
months.
it would have been
and
fun.
Came back home and sold off everything I had, put some money in my sock and start walking. Had a lot of questions, and it's funny how walking or the meditation of moving around and changing scenery and everything.
That's
just,
goddamn beautiful, man.
I feel like you find answers. If
Me and
really
Lisa saw a
asking
documentary that there's a train going from West Canada to East Canada. It takes days, and it's a beautiful train, but it costs like $10,000 to take that train. It's like
start moving
completely
around,
insanely
you'll find
expensive.
answers. I came into this, very suicidal and didn't really care, and it's given me a lot of purpose and a lot of friends and a lot of new family. So
After I had a divorce, we went through a bunch of stuff. It was an after thing in my life, not something I always wanted to do.
How would you describe your childhood?
I was moving like my adulthood, foster home after foster home after foster home.
That's the thing. That's what I mean. These people probably are very traumatized. Drugs are involved and stuff like that.
Moved around a bunch, 22 different placements. That's what my caseworker told me.
You have any relationship with your parents?
No, they don't really care much about me. I wouldn't be in foster care if they did. They if I was to die here, they wouldn't mind.
war, divorce, death of children. I just got into a place.
Okay, death
where
of children that's, in my opinion, the worst thing ever, man. That's fucking terrible.
run away, and I didn't really care.
I was a kindergartner today. So my kid lately has a very bad time going to kindergarten. He's crying for hours. I want to stay with mommy. I don't want to go. It's really bad. And this morning I go to kindergarten and I talk to the people that work there, and we make a deal that I will stay inside the room for 1 hour. I'm staying with the kid and all the other kids in the room. And I'm fucking telling you guys, the kids in kindergarten love me. I'm the best kindergartner ever. I'm sitting there and all the kids come around me and I'm entertaining them, man. I'm doing so much stuff with them. The people that work there, they're like, oh, I can take a break now. This dad is doing it now. And I don't know, I fucking love that shit. Being in kindergarten in the morning, I don't know, it's so full of hope and joy, and these kids are just so pure and not fucking toxic yet and shit like that. It's really cute. I do that now for 2 weeks. Tomorrow I will stay in the kindergarten from 9 till 10. I will be a kindergartner. You finally met Lego Agent Alphony. You're also very childish, Yazoo. Don't fucking change. Don't, come on, man.
Probably lacked the courage of my convictions to go through with another suicide attempt. So instead, I just started hopping freight and doing crazy stuff and walking off and getting really lost and I don't know. I think from that core grew a different person that is partly the same as the old man, but a different person. A man can work on anything in solitude, save for character. So you can talk the game, you can talk a lot of talk or whatever, but being around people and being useful to people, I feel, is where you build the most character.
What's like the best thing about this lifestyle?
Well said.
Being able to see a new place every day or every other day and meet all kinds of new different people. It's sad because a lot of people pass away. You encounter more people passing away than you do living a normal life.
This reminds me of my neighborhood, right? Let me show you something. I just want to yap a bit. I want to just yap a bit. This was kind of like I'm gonna tell you like something sad about my neighborhood, or something bitter in a way. So this is where I grew up, right? And my entire life for 27 years happened right here, right? I lived right in this block my entire life, right here. I lived my whole life, and this was my ghetto, right? And right here was my supermarket, and right here, and you can see it, there's a wall. And my entire life, there was a thing here we called the wall sitters. right here, especially in summer, there will be genuinely up to 30 hobos, right? My dad was one of them. He was always with them. There would just be people sitting there. They would come in, buy beer, steal a lot, right? These hobos. And, you know, I knew all of them. I knew all their faces. Every day I saw them, right? With my dad, and because I worked here. And nowadays, right, 2025, I visit my mom, I drive right here. I drive, right, and I put on some sad music from The Sopranos, and I drive, and I drive, and I drive back by here, and this used to be really shady stuff. Now this is all ice cream and Subway sandwiches. And on that wall, every time I drive by, it's just one last grandpa left, right? One last grandpa with he can't walk, he has this thing, and he's the only guy left there, right? And I always drive by, and I always feel like, yeah, your good times are over. All these people either died, right, from alcoholic stuff, or they got out of it, right? And it's like this generation that I grew up with of wall sitters, of these alcoholics sitting there. They're all gone now, all dead. And this reminds me of what he's saying here, that this is a kind of lifestyle that you're not gonna get 80 years old most of the time. Thank Matt Mollusk. Actually, I swear to God, that old man is even in the documentary. I can actually prove I'm not talking shit. I remember this. I probably can't find this right now. I probably can't find that right now. The second one? I can't find it right now. In the documentary they did about neighborhood, you even see that last old man.
In the same spot.
What are some of the most common ways to go in the hobo life?
To parish.
To parish. Thank you. Atider.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Shucks. Could be anything random, but one of the most common lately has been drug overdoses. Usually fentanyl or something.
Fentanyl is creepy
created.
fucking shit, man.
It's all conspiracy.
I even see it in my neighborhood now.
So we're like the first ones to go. Traveling kids live like in dog years also. And a lot of them, they drink a lot, and they don't drink enough water. They don't eat very good. You know, I try to eat.
That's why I also think it's a bit important. I don't want to sound like a rich white guy here. That you have to be careful to celebrate this stuff, right? Like, oh, hobo is cool culture. But it's dangerous to celebrate this lifestyle because it's traumatized people that have a lot of issues and a lot of alcohol and drugs are involved. You don't see many women, I feel like, because it's probably not very safe for them on the road. So I have a hard time. It's interesting, but I probably don't want to celebrate this hobo culture.
Food and drink decent beverages, and you know, I'm still not invincible.
What are some of the dangers in being a hobo?
Well, losing limbs.
The trains for one, and then the people you run into, and they're like desperate, down on luck and desperate. So when they're like that, they're willing to like try to take advantage of you.
Yeah. Have you had any close calls before?
Several. Yeah. I almost been raped a few times out here too, so it gets ugly out here.
And especially if you're a gal, you know, they have it way worse.
I seen a girl actually. One time we were hopping a train. This girl,
Here's the documentary. I need the second one, not the first one. And then they talk to that old man. Oh, where is he? Blah, blah. He interviews them. Look at Tommy, man. The rich asshole comes back to the ghetto. Where's that old man? Do they show that old man? They interviewed him. I think they didn't cut him in. Yeah, I think they didn't cut him in. Whatever.
got her leg missing. She hit her foot in the train wheel, and I carried her away from the tracks. I could see the skeleton of her foot hanging out, the skin, all the meat hanging off her foot. Really graphic, and it was really bad.
I almost got hit by an Amtrak train in like Tacoma once, yeah. But like I said, tweakers are the real issue. They fucking come out with their knives and shit trying to stab you, and tweakers. But if you have a good head on your head,
I saw that video now with the black tweaker killing that Ukrainian girl.
You can try to.
Obviously, the media is already fucking turning that into
Is it
something that it shouldn't
illegal
be.
to hop trains?
Yeah, it's illegal to trespass and get on other people's property. It's legal to ride the trains. Yeah, it's definitely illegal.
What's the actual charge for hopping a train?
To whatever they want in whatever county you get caught in. So it could be a week. It also depends on which county and what state and what train company. You could go to jail. They could hem you up for up to 6 weeks or 8 weeks.
It all depends on if you just not trying to tag it up the place. It look like me with Pat, you just trying to ride. They usually write you a ticket and let you go. But if you look fresh and clean and stuff like that, look like you're trying to tag up the place or vandalize, they usually will take you to jail, write you a ticket.
For those who don't know, what's a bull?
Oh, a railroad bull is like a railroad cop. who just tries to pull you off. They're looking for you, you know, on the trains and stuff. Yeah.
They're allowed to like beat the shit out of you, right?
I mean, I guess, you know, I mean, cops, you know, and any authority figure do anything they want. So.
But like BNSF cops don't have to Mirandize you. They can just start punching you in the face like a bouncer.
That's why the thing that these people have like no rights. It's not like they're gonna really like lawyer up and go in front of a court and shit.
Yeah, I don't know fully, but definitely they can pretty much do whatever they want, especially when you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. They're, you know.
Have you gone to jail for it before?
Yes, I have. Because I tried to duck out really quick, and there was nowhere to go. But it was all right when I got out. Everything worked out. Didn't get any extra charges. Got off scot-free, basically.
How long do you see yourself doing this for?
Until I die. I am the captain of a sinking ship. Like the captain goes down with his ship.
These fucking cuts, man.
And so I'm going to do the same thing.
While obviously a bit different in musical preference and political orientation from the storied hobos of old, I could see a lot of similarities in the characteristics of the old school vagabonds that K-Bar described and the new ones that I'd met, namely, sharing a tragic personal story that led them into a life of wandering. It became clear by the end of my time with the new hobos that while not sporting a stinky stick and bindle and bulky gray beards, they certainly embodied the spirit of adventure, restlessness, and financial creativity that gave hobos their name in the olden days. Not to mention, the new hobos are still shrouded in some degree of secrecy. While the hobo codes from the museum are long gone, most of these new travelers possess something even more powerful, an illegal, constantly changing document containing the shift schedules of every single railroad yard in the United States, and more. Out of respect for the culture, I will not name this document or tell any of you guys where to get it because I can't even get it. It's for hobos only.
It tells you by location, it tells you where you can go to catch a train and how to go about it, like where there's a hole in the fence. And sometimes it tells you the times that you're likely to see a train. It's more or less like field intelligence.
It's like the Bible of hobos.
And I got this, the guy that gave it to me said, you got to raise your right hand. And I said, what? And he says, you have to raise your right hand and swear. And I said, what am I swearing to? And he said, you're swearing that you're not going to give this to anybody else that's not supposed to have it, and you're not going to put it on the internet.
The Hobo
I said, okay,
Bible.
so I raised my hand and I said that. And he said, if you make a copy of it, you have to make the next person swear. So it's like an honor system. You're not supposed to give or make a copy of it for anybody except an experienced tramp. The idea is they do not want children getting a hold of a copy of it on the internet and deciding to run away from home and go hop trains and get killed. You cannot put it on the internet. You cannot give it to children. You cannot sell it. You cannot copy it for a profit. If you make a copy for an individual that you trust, has to be someone you trust, not just some stranger. You can only charge them what it costs you to make it. So if it costs you $10
Unless you work
to
for a
make
train
it,
company, you probably want to get that thing.
$20. It's against the rules. And if somebody finds out you did that, your ass is shit.
What's the name of your Chinese son?
That I don't know. I couldn't read the. Yeah. They send you a scroll and then they send you a little pamphlet that says you got to take this little DNA test, swab, you send it back, and then you eventually get a little thing saying you're 99, like Maury show, man.
You have a message for the kids out here who might want to consider train hopping?
A fucking school. You don't want to run on this fucking rail shit. You don't want to be bouncing around living from fucking check to check. Go get you a little goddamn car, run that shit. Don't try and run into the ground, but fucking get out there and do it. Hey, Junior, come on, get in this shit. This is Milo, man. He's cool as shit.
What's up?
Hi. Junior, come and get it. What do you got to say to the hobos? Or kids?
But it's okay.
Hi.
Okay, that was video number 1. Once again, I'm left baffled.
She slipped in my fingers like sand. Heard that she had a man. Now I'm just sitting here sad. Oh well, ship sail. She slipped in my fingers like sand.